it to 100 subscribers. Woohoo! Hi there and welcome back to Circuit the World. My name's Alice and today we are partying because the channel hit 100 subscribers. I just want to say a massive thank you before we start because this milestone has been one I've been trying to reach for a while, and it just means the world to me that you guys like my content enough that you hit that little subscribe button and you come back for more each time. So it really means the world to me to hit this milestone, and just thank you so much for being here, for hanging out with me, and hopefully for hanging out with me for a lot longer as we continue to create some great stuff together. To celebrate this awesome milestone, I wanted to come in, take a seat, and spill the tea about me. I have my tea at the ready, and we're ready to go with 100 facts about Alice or Circuit the World. Let's have some tea. So first, let's start off nice and simple. My name is Alice Holloway. I am 23 years old. Also, thank you so much for helping us hit the channel 100 subs before I turn 24, because that's really cool. It's like an awesome early birthday present from you guys to me, and I really love that a lot, so thanks a lot. My birthday is on March 26th. I am originally from Essex, the Orange County, if you will. Is it called that? Have I just dubbed it that? I don't know. I am a younger sibling. I have one older brother. For the UK education system, I went all the way through it. So I did senior school, which is until you're 16, college, and A-levels, which is until you're 18, yep, 18, and then university, which is 3 years from 18 to 21. I went to King's College, London. I prefer dogs to cats. I am definitely a dog lover. We had a cat when I was younger. I thought that might have helped me maybe like cats a bit more, but it honestly didn't. I was quite nervous around the cat. The cat was lovely. The cat never did anything wrong. Max was our cat. I much prefer dogs. My parents have 2 dogs now, and I love them to bits. It's actually a massive perk of being home at the moment because I get to spend all day with them. I used to be terrified of dogs. Absolutely hated dogs. And so in a traditional British way, my parents went, she's scared of dogs, let's get a dog. I'm very much over my fear of dogs now and absolutely love dogs. I really want to own my own dog in the future, and I will own my own dog in the future. I am a massive petrol head. I love anything that with wheels and an engine that goes racing, whether it's electric, whether it's petrol, whether it's hybrid, whether it's a sports car, whether it's a single seater. If it's racing on a track, I'm there. I only really got into motorsports 7 years ago. Jesus, is it 7 years now? Yeah, just under 7 years ago, I got into motorsport. But like when I get into something, when I get passionate about something, I hit it hard, and I obsess, and I learn everything I can, and I really kind of delve in and engross myself in that world, basically. I do actually work in motorsport. I'm not going to go into too many details about what I do, but it is a very, very cool job I have, and very, very cool opportunities I get with my job. I'm a very creative person by nature. I like making things. That's one of the reasons I love gaming. I love reading. I love writing. I love all this stuff because I love getting involved in the world and the lore and the whole everything around it and stuff. One day I would love to write a book. It will be fiction. I've had several ideas of these books that I'd like to write. When I was younger, I used to perform on the stage. I was in several theatre groups, so I used to dance, sing, and act. I absolutely love performing on stage. I love being on stage. I dream sometimes of going back on stage and being on stage again in the future if the opportunity ever did arise, and maybe I will in the future. Never say never. I can roll my tongue. There you go. There's that one. I absolutely love watermelon flavored things. I really like pineapple flavored things as well, but watermelon to me is just such a refreshing flavor. Apart from artificial watermelon, which I have expressed much in the past, I do not like. Oh no. Why would you ruin watermelon in this way? When I was at college studying my A-levels, I studied film studies. I am well versed in my film knowledge. When I talk about things and stuff, I'm not totally unknown to what I'm talking about. It's probably why I'm doing what I'm doing today, because I love this process, the whole recording and shooting and planning the shots and things. One of my favorite videos I've ever shot and recorded is maybe not the best, but my intro to June Birchley, that video, because of the whole process that had in the shooting, the planning the shots, storyboarding it, then editing it, then bringing the music in. Just the whole creative process I absolutely love. One of the many things I would like to do in my life, I would absolutely love to get PADI qualified. People who don't know, that's a diving qualification. I love marine biology. That kind of thing really appeals to me, and I'd love to be able to do that. My favorite animal is a koala. They are the best. They're the cutest little animals in the world. They're so awesome. I'd love to one day meet one for real. They're cuddly. They're so cute. I love them. I love them lots. The first of my embarrassing facts, this channel, Circuit the World, is not my first dabbling in YouTube. I have uploaded a video in the past. It was a stop motion Lego Harry Potter video. I'm not going to direct you to it because I wish I could delete it, but the account that video is on, I lost the logins to. I lost the logins to the email, so I can't reset the password. I cannot delete the video. It's stuck somewhere on the interweb. It's here somewhere, and if you find it, congratulations. Enjoy the excruciating, I want to say 3 or 4 minutes of pure sheer embarrassment for me. It is the biggest cringe fest you will ever see. I collect Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts. So whenever I go traveling around the world, if there is a Hard Rock, we try and hit it up to go and get the t-shirt. We can't get the t-shirt unless we've been to the restaurant. I want to say I've got about 12 now. I talk to myself all the time. I also know how to knit. I actually really enjoy knitting. I like making presents for people. I like making personalized presents and stuff, and knitting is a great way to be able to do that because I can just knit things. Like at the moment I'm knitting a jumper, which was promised to someone about 7 months ago, so sorry for the delay. I love knowing how things work. You will easily find me on a day just watching YouTube videos of how machines work. There's a program on TV called How That's Made, or how to make that, or something like that, and I love that show. My favorite genre of games are RPGs. I also wish I was so much better at racing games. You'll note for a massive petrol head that there are limited, if not any, well, there are no racing games on the channel, and I don't expect there to be many, if any, racing games on the channel because I am not very good at racing games. I do not like moths. They are weird, they are not just discolored butterflies, they are stupid little shits, and the reason I don't like them is they will fly towards the light, fry themselves, die, and then I have to deal with the dead thing to get rid of it. I also don't like balloons, as I think I proved quite well in the balloon making video. I also don't like clowns. Go figure on this one. I can't really give you any more of an explanation to that at all. I really don't like horror as a genre. I think I've made that clear. Ah! No, not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool. I don't like horror games. I don't like horror films. I don't know about horror books. I do have a Stephen King horror book that I bought specifically because I want to try and read it. I'm intrigued because the whole thing about films and games is the music, the suspense, the jump scares, and all this, that, and the other, and that's not something you can necessarily do in a book. So I'm very intrigued to know how Stephen King portrays the horror in the books, which is why I have the book, and I will read that, and if you're interested to know my thoughts on that, I'm happy to share it with you guys. Just let me know. I have 4 tattoos. Aha! Did you see that one coming? I have a butterfly on my shoulder, a moon and stars sequence on my hip, I have some words on my rib cage, and I have a swirly pattern on my foot. I would love to travel to Japan. The Japanese culture, the Japanese lifestyle, it all intrigues me so much. It's one place in the world. I've never been to Asia. I will at some point travel to Japan and happily take you with me, but that's probably highest on my list of places that I'd like to go. My favorite flavor of ice cream is mint chocolate chip. My favorite music genre is rock. I have never smoked. I really like giving personalized gifts rather than shopping for gifts. I like making gifts a lot. I've made pop vinyls for people in the past. I've made phone cases. I've made mugs. This mug actually was something I made for a friend, and then I loved it so much that I ordered myself one as well, so that's why I have it. I prefer PlayStation. Sorry, Xbox lovers. If I'm honest, it's because I've never used an Xbox. I don't have anything against it. I'm not like, oh, Xbox sucks, PlayStation's the way to go. I would just always go PlayStation over Xbox because it's what I know. I love Marvel, and again, I'm not into this whole Marvel versus DC rivalry shit. Don't give a crap about that. Iron Man is my favorite. Thank you, RDJ. I used to competitively go-kart. This was at university. It was a university championship, but I did partake. I'd like to build a computer. I can play the guitar, I can play the ukulele, and I can play the piano, sort of. I edit my YouTube videos on Premiere Pro. I record my gaming videos with Bandicam. I record my audio with Audition, Adobe Audition. I do my thumbnails with Photoshop. I'm pretty much an Adobe girl. I film all of my videos. on my phone. You don't need any amazingly superior tech and stuff to get going with YouTube. You can just grab your phone and crack on. I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I studied Spanish for 2 years whilst I was at university. My favorite Disney film is Tangled. When I was a kid, I went through a phase for 6 weeks where I called my mum Apple. I can't explain that to you. I wish I could. I wish I could go back and talk to young Alice and ask why the hell she thought that was clever. My earliest memory I have, I think I was 2. And my mum used to work in a wedding dress shop, so I was a young model for the wedding dress shop, and I remember getting in the car in I think it was like a Jeep or something with white leather seats, and I remember the drive to the photo shoot. I used to work backstage at a theatre. Yeah, so I used to do stage management, I used to do follow spot operation, did a little bit of lighting. I more learned and kind of observed the lighting than actually partook. But yeah, that was really good fun, and it kind of gives you a whole new appreciation of everything that goes on behind the scenes, because I'd gone from being a performer to working backstage, so I kind of knew both sides of the world, and there's so much that goes on behind the scenes you don't know about. In 2014, I donated 9.5 inches of my hair to a charity called the Little Princess Trust. Now, they create real hair wigs for kids with leukemia or cancer who lose their hair, so that these kids can have really nice, high quality real hair wigs. Hopefully a young boy or girl had a nice wig of my hair and could feel a little bit more happy about themselves. The first mic I used on YouTube, so not this one, the one I had before Christmas, never had that plugged in. The audio you used to hear was straight from the phone camera. That mic was never plugged in, so all of those times in the Delta Room videos where I leant forwards to get a bit closer or leant a bit further back to change the volume, I'm done for. I might be dead now. Never happened. Never was real. Never caught that live. I absolutely love cacti. Cactus are amazing. I have managed to kill a cactus. I overwatered it. It kind of burst. So don't overwater cacti, because that is a very sure way to kill them. I have met the Queen of England. It was for a school award. I can't remember where I was. It was back in junior school, so I must have been like 9 or 10 maybe. She came to a university near where I live. We went down there to collect an award on behalf of our school, me and another lad from my school. I gave her a bouquet of flowers. Very un-British as it can be, I prefer coffee to tea. If I'm picking tea, however, I am an Earl Grey lover. My favourite genre of film or book is psychological thriller. Now, let's not confuse this with horror, but thrillers. I love books that make you think. One of the best books for this for me is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I think that's how you say her name. That's a really good book for that. That's the only book I remember physically hurling across the room. My favorite chocolate is the Gillian's Belgium chocolate. They're like the little seashell chocolates. You get them in a white box. They're so good. They're like truffles. They're not really chocolates, but they're really good. The white ones are better than the other ones. When I have my setup in London, so not right now, but when I have my setup in London, my gaming chair has to have one of its arms taken off. It does fit, but if I get into it, I can't then get out, and I'm slightly claustrophobic. So long as I know I can get out if I want to, or if I'm confined in a space, as long as I know if I push on this it'll open and I can get out, I'm perfectly fine. But the minute if you put me in a wardrobe or something and lock the door, I would freak out. So because of this, if the chair is as it is now with both its arms, I can't get out once I'm in. I have to kind of like climb into it and slide in like that. So I had to take the arm off so I could actually get out. I was originally going to call this channel Racetrack Globetrotter. My brother came up with the name Circuit the World, and since coming up with it, that has been the name of the channel. It was he came up with it just after I came up with Racetrack Globetrotter. I fell in love with it, and since then had decided there was nothing else I wanted the channel to be called, and that was what it was going to be called. I would like to do more Formula 1 content on this channel. I keep a doodle journal. Every day I do a doodle with a good, bad, ugly, kind of sum up what happened that day, capture what happened that day. It's just going to be a nice thing to look back on at the end of the year. Also, hopefully to help my drawing ability. I absolutely love theorizing, trying to work things out, mysteries and stuff. I love escape rooms for this very same reason, and it's also the reason I love the Room Game series. One of my favorite TV shows is Lost. Because of this very reason, it was a very theorized show. There was a lot of mystery going on all the time. So many unanswered questions. Contrary to popular opinion, I really liked the ending of Lost. I think it did well. I won't go into details because people may not have watched it, but if you haven't, go watch Lost. It's a great TV show. I absolutely love Lost. I used to work in hospitality whilst I was at uni, whilst I was at college. I worked in hospitality. I've worked some pretty cool places. 2016, I worked in Twickenham for the Rugby World Cup, which was very cool. I've also worked at Lord's Cricket Ground. I have an appreciation for the hospitality industry, and if you're working in it, just stick in there. I know it can be hard some days, but it's all worth it in the end. I used to be a massive Potterhead. I still really like Harry Potter. I'm just not as intensely into it as I used to be. I actually attended the final film premiere with some friends for Harry Potter and the Hallows Part 2 in London. I am a Gryffindor and proud. I have also done the Harry Potter binge, so I have watched 1 through 8 of the films in one day. Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite film and book. I love that one so much. Probably because Sirius Black is my favorite character. He is the best. No one can tell me any different. Obviously, Prisoner of Azkaban also discusses a lot about the Marauders, and I really love the Marauders, the Marauder era. Here's the controversial one. I am a pineapple on pizza lover. I like salted popcorn, not sweet. Don't be bringing your sweet popcorn here. First gaming console was a Game Boy Advance. My favorite Spyro game, controversially, is Capture the Dragonfly. The first one I remember playing was PS2. I really wish they remastered that one. They won't because it wasn't very popular, but I loved it, so I might have to get a PS2 and that just to be able to play it. When I was a baby, I suffered from, hang on, I'm gonna have to read it. I suffered from strabismus as a baby. What that basically means is one of my eyes would kind of roll around on its own and it would like turn in when the other one wouldn't. Kind of freaked my mum out for a while, but it is a common thing for newborns, and within 4 to 6 months that sorts itself out. And obviously, as you can see, my eyes are fine now, so that sorted itself out. My favorite place I've visited travel-wise is Venice by far. It's such a gorgeous place. I mean, I think we went at a very good time. We went early September, so it was still warm, not so busy, not so touristy. Just such a beautiful place, and I love the whole wandering around the little streets, and you walk one way and you're suddenly completely lost because everything looks the same, but it's all these little windy little nooks and bridges out of everywhere. I used to want to be a car mechanic, still kind of do. I was lucky enough to see a naked Formula 1 car from this year, and it's insane how much is in there for such a small space, and how everything has its place, and if it's not in its right place, it ain't gonna work. It's just, they're incredible bits of kit. My favorite film is Rush. Again, right down the motorsport trend here. If I had a superpower, I would want it to be teleportation. If your answer is anything different, you're wrong. I'm kidding, you're not wrong. But how useful was teleportation? You need to pop down the shops, you're down the shops. You'd have to get up like 2 minutes before you had to leave, and then you could just, whoop, you're there. You don't have to worry about travel time ever again. I am right-handed, for anyone who's interested. I also wear my watch on my right wrist. This is my brother's fault. He wore his on his right wrist, and so do I. Normal general consensus is that if you're right-handed, you write on your left because you're supposed to be able to check the time whilst you're writing. I don't do that because it's on my right wrist. I own my own car. The freedom that a car gives you is just amazing. This does also mean I have passed my driving test. Embarrassingly, it took me 4 attempts to pass that driving test, the practical side of it. I should have passed it in the second. I won't go into it, but I should have passed it in the second. I didn't, but I did pass it on my 4th time. I'm a great driver. I'm a very good driver. I'm loving this. Oh God. I used to be very much into Doctor Who. My favourite Doctor is David Tennant by far. I have tried fish fingers and custard from Doctor Who. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. My favourite number is 27. Can I explain to you why? No. I wish I could. I wish I could understand why. I just like the number 27. It's a cool number. 27. Sounds good. 1 year for my birthday, I got £75 worth of Waterstone vouchers. Doesn't get you as many books as you think it would. I absolutely love books. And I do need to read more. I used to be the person who was like, I'm always gonna read, I'll always read, I'll keep reading forever. And lo and behold, life happens, and then you kind of stop reading. So yeah, I wish I had more time to just sit and enjoy. I hope you enjoy getting to know me a little bit better in this 100 subscriber special. Just to say thank you so much for taking the time to come along and hang out with me and watch my crazy antics. Really made my day when we passed the milestone. As I said in a video the other day, I've been watching the number for a while. It does mean I can have things like a personalized URL, which does make me easier to find in the algorithms and in the search, which is great, but it's also just nice. It's neater, it looks nicer on my social medias now, so I was really stoked to have it, and it just means so much to know that you guys want to sit there and you want to watch me and you enjoy watching me and you want to chat and you want to hang out and you want to keep coming back and you want to see what I'm putting out next. So it really does mean the world to me just to have you guys here and you know, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting. I look forward to whatever we can create together next. So for now, do it with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been an absolute blast as always. If you enjoyed this video, go show that like button some good old-fashioned love. And if you want to go support the channel, go hit subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss next time I upload a video. Stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video! I'm gonna finish my tea now.